Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of It's the Coffee for Me. Oh, yes, today is going to be litty. Why? Well, because today, bitch, I took notes. I wanted to make sure that through the month of No Pick November, we had the ability to bring you ladies every single answer for everything you needed. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you got your coffee ready. I certainly do. Because baby, today we're going to skip the tea. We're going to go right to the coffee. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. Now, if you ladies have questions as we go along, please feel free to drop them in the comment box below, and I will hook you ladies up. If you haven't already joined us over on our YouTube channel, make sure you check out the rest of the series of It's the Coffee for Me. It's phenomenal. So, let's dive right in. Now, I pulled these questions from different groups that I'm in. Our own personal Facebook group has been a big one. So all of these questions come straight from you ladies, okay? So first question is, I'm a former kept girlfriend and I now have to go back to my typical 9 to 5. How do I survive? That's a great question. So if you are used to a sugar lifestyle, we'll say, right? And you are familiar with asking for whatever you want and bam, it's delivered to you. When you go back to a 9 to 5 setting, you're going to want to shoot your face off. So what I would highly suggest, so that you're never in that position to begin with, is to make sure that while you're with your person, right? Because she was with a person for years before she had to go back to work. So realistically, all that time you were spending could have been spent building, sis. Duh. So that you never have to go back to that lifestyle ever again. You should have taken the time to really make sure that you were building, so that in the event that when this guy leaves, because he's not going to be around forever, so whether he's here for a good time or a long time, you make sure that you set yourself up for the win when he's gone. Okay, so many of my students, the reason why they're so successful is because they position themselves during the time they have with this person. We don't realize that, like, this time is not guaranteed. It's certainly not forever. So while we have this person in our midst, we need to make use of them. So instead of going for basic, bills, start thinking bigger while you're with this person, so that he can be an investor into the important things that really, really, really can create financial freedom for you later. So I hope that helps. Discovering your passion while you're with this person and you have the time is the best time. Because if you wait until he's gone, you're going to be back at square one. You're either going to be searching for someone new to substitute, or you're going to be stuck in that 9 to 5 that you absolutely hate. So start your business, bitch. Start your business. That's my words of advice. Second question. Anyone else charge men to text them? Okay, y'all, let's have an honest moment here. Let's have an honest moment. Let's just keep it real. How many of you can say that you have charged someone to send you a message? Who has? Who has? Now, I've charged for like picture exchange, stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever charged someone just to talk to me. Have you? Have you? Be honest. I want to know your honest feedback. Like, have you ever charged someone to talk to you? Let me know. Have you? Because if you have, I want to know. I have some very important information to ask you. I have some very important information to ask you. I need to know. Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. So here's the thing, ladies. You have to determine what you want as you're stepping in. Because if you just want to get to a quick bag, then absolutely, bitch, charge them, tax them, tax them, tax them. Out the ass for everything. However, if you really want sustainability and you want something long-term and something more consistent, there's no way you're going to get by being that girl. You're not going to be the girl that says you have to pay me X amount of dollars to text message me. And then what? And then I have to pay to hang out with you. And then I have to pay to be in your space. And then I have to pay to, like, no, 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 no. You set your value the moment you speak to someone. And if when you speak to them, you're setting some $40 value, sis, how high do you think you can take that chart when it's time to meet this person or time to be intimate with this person? How high do you think you've built your value to be able to go to say, like, yeah, you've paid me $20 to talk to me. You paid me $40 for a picture. What are you going to do? Charge them $100 to hang out? Charge them $200 to hold your hand? Charge them $300 to kiss you? I mean, by all means, sis, my strategy and my plan does not work for everybody. The blueprint doesn't work for everybody. So if that's what you want to do and that's how you want to get to a quick bag, by all means, do it. If you got a bill to pay, bitch, pay your bill. But keep in mind that that is not going to be a long-term sustainable relationship. It's just not, because you've set the tone for your value and you set the bar incredibly low. Period. So if you're charging people to speak to you, understand that that is the woman you are. That is the woman you will always be to that person. And there's no changing it around after the fact. Okay. You're the $40 talk to me girl. Period. That's it. When it's time to go to a nice, fancy, established restaurant, he's not calling you. He's not calling you. Just so you know. So she said, I boldly tell them, if you want to chat more, here's my PayPal. I mean, go for it, sis. But that's a slow grind. I want big fish bread. I don't want that little petty counting my couple coins. I'm good. I don't want $20 to talk to you because I don't even want to talk to you. But if you actually are interested in me and I'm actually interested in you, I can get far more than $20, honey. Hello. Ooh, here's one. Vaginal issues prevent me from having sex. What do I do? Well, this is a very serious question that I know there's a couple of women out there that are dealing with. So I myself cannot speak to this personally, right? And I'm really big on only giving advice when I can speak to it. But here's what I would suggest. I have a student right now who, through her process, decided to be intimate with someone against the blueprint's judgment, we'll say, and she ended up catching herpes. So she currently has herpes, and she dragged herself about this for months. Okay, for months she dragged herself about having herpes, and she's not the only person on the planet that has herpes. She's not the only woman who's shared herself, some of the best pieces of herself, with someone who really, really, took advantage and put her in the position to now have to live with something for the rest of her life. So this naturally ate her up. Like, you can imagine if that was you went to the doctor, they tell you, yeah, you have herpes. Who have you been intimate with? And you know right away who it was because you've only been intimate with one person. You're like, damn, that really sucks. Like, I didn't even really get anything out of this person. Now I'm stuck with this thing. Moving forward, my advice to her was stand in your truth, sis. Stand in your truth with every single person that you come across, no matter what. No matter how uncomfortable it feels, no matter what you think they're going to think, stand in your truth, because there's more people dealing with this than you even think, and there's less people that actually give a shit. Like, I know some of us are super judgmental and we're like, I'm never touching anybody with herpes. That's disgusting. But realistically, if you like somebody and you appreciate that person, there are ways to safely still be with them. So it's not an end-all be-all. It's not like your vagina fell out, right? So if sex is painful to you and you can't have sex because it hurts, again, stand in your truth. You will find someone that intimacy is not the end all be all. You will find someone that intimacy is just like a blip on the radar. Maybe you'll find someone who can't actually be intimate themselves either. So it might work out perfectly for you if you just stand in your truth, right? But if you pretend, then you have to face the awkwardness later when it's time to be intimate. Now you're stuck explaining your situation and it doesn't really make sense or hold weight or value because you're in the moment and this man is like, ready for you. So I would suggest always standing in your truth. Live and accept your truth. And if your truth is, look, hey, I have herpes, and And this is where I'm at. I wouldn't say jump out the window and tell people that in your profile, or jump out the window and tell them that on the very first date. But I would say that if you are starting to feel this person and they are starting to feel you, before the relationship goes any deeper, you should absolutely let that person know so that they have a decision to make. They either really, really like you because of the value that you built while you were handling and dealing with them and their emotions and their feelings, or that person says, you know what, this is not for me. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to partake in this. And you have to respect it, right? You have to respect it. It's his decision, just like it was your decision at the time. And now we're here. So it's time to just be an adult and just say, look, this is my situation. I want to share it with you because I don't ever want to put you in a position where you feel, you know, you are obligated, or put you in a position where you feel you didn't have a decision or a choice to make. People will respect you for that. And she has found 2 pots so far doing that and standing in her truth. So you'd be surprised how far the truth will get you. Okay? Now, wealthy men and narcissistic behavior. Girl, it's the coffee for me. Have you ever dealt with a narcissistic man? Have you ever dealt with a wealthy man? Because usually you see a very much hand-in-hand connection with wealth and narcissism. So have any of you ladies ever experienced dealing with a narcissistic man? Someone who he just thinks he's always right. He's just so infatuated with himself and all about himself. And it's always him before you. Right? Your thoughts and opinions don't hold weight and value because, you know, he's the rich one and you're not. How many of you have dealt with a narcissistic man in the past? How many of you are coming across these kind of men now? I would say the best way to handle that kind of behavior is to simply dish out what you're receiving. Keep that same energy. Okay? Keep that same energy. Also, be protective of your energy. If that's too much work for you, like, I'm not tapping into narcissism just so I can match your vibe. I'm just not simply dealing with you. You're just not my person. And there's no amount of money in the world that could ever put me in a place of unhappiness, because I've refused to allow money to be my happy space, right? I refuse. So because I refuse, I want to make sure that my money, okay, my money is my money, and that I'm receiving it because of what I do to get it. So I change women's lives. I help them become the best versions of themselves. And then guess what happens for me? Bing, 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 bing. My bank account goes up. Right? So when you're dealing with a man who has wealth because of whatever reason, you'll tend to find that they don't have the same cause and effect for their money. It's not like, oh, I go out and help people and this is the reward. It's like, hey, I worked really hard. I put the pedal to the metal. I busted my ass for years. I stepped on toes. I did this. I did that. Right? So they have like not just a narcissistic vibe, but like a big ass ego. And femininity is really the only thing that can kind of abolish that ego. A lot of men that have fought tooth and nail to get to where they are, they have a different attitude about hard work and money and appreciating it. So the way that you value it is very different from them. Their views on it are incredibly different. I mean, the more men you meet that are wealthy and the more you begin to build your wealth, you'll understand where that attitude and personality traits come from. But I always would say, if you're dealing with a man that doesn't make you happy, if he's not your best friend, if he doesn't fulfill all the areas of your concern, if you can't talk to him and share with him your truth, then that's just simply not your person. And there's no amount of cars in the world, there's no amount of coins in the world that would ever keep me sustained and happy throughout, you know, living with somebody who just always thinks they're right. And I want to learn from someone. I want to be able to absorb, but I also want to be able to teach. I want you to be able to grow through me and me to grow through you. And when you deal with a narcissistic man, that's almost virtually impossible unless you are a divine feminist and know exactly how to tap into it. So I would say if you're dealing with that, it's just not your person. Time to let that guy go. How ugly of a man? We do a lot of shit for money. Let me just say, a lot of women, I know, I have friends right now, more than one, that are in relationships with men that they know damn well they should not be in a relationship with, and they're with him because of money. Matter of fact, one of them said to me, you have no idea what this is like because you've never had access to this amount of money. Oh, really, bitch? Haven't I? Two things. I absolutely have met multimillionaires. They're just not my type. You know, that's why when that song came out, 8-figure rich, that's my type. That is not my type. Because those oftentimes are those narcissistic ones. I always scream to you ladies all the time. Stop searching for the richest man in the room and find the one most willing, because the richest man in the room may not give a shit about your endeavors. He just likes you because you're attractive. But the one who's most willing will go out of his way to help you build a foundation and to help you build and take steps in the right direction. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? That is not my type. I've had those guys. They are not for me. First of all, I'm too strong of a woman. I need an alpha, but I don't want somebody who's like an asshole. So for me, finding that balance was really not easy to find. But once I continued to stand in my boss babe and just wreak that energy, that's what started to come back to me. So if you're only attracting narcissistic men, maybe it's time to look inside yourself and figure out why. Just saying. Just saying. Because you're either going to have access to a lot of money or you're going to have a lot of money. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the woman that has access to millions? Or do you want to be the woman who has millions? Gem drop. How ugly of a man would you marry? How ugly of a man would you marry and allow to father your children? I'm asking for a friend. I want to know. Do tell, ladies, on a scale of 1 to fucking hideous, how ugly of a man would you be willing to marry for money? On a scale of 1 to absolutely hit and hurt. I'm going to say like a solid 7. I'm going to say a solid 7 because I feel like when you follow the blueprint, the kind of people you find, they may not always be the exact person you imagine, but they have all of the qualities that you want and are looking for and imagine. And to me, that's far more important than, you know, how fine you are on the fine chart. Because my baby daddy is fine as hell. Every woman that sees him thinks he's fine as hell. But we ain't gonna dig him, you know, a grave. We've already done that many times. We're not gonna do that. But definitely not the kind of man that I needed in my life. So, do you want someone who's super overly attractive? Or do you want someone you're attracted to because of what he does for you? Right? So, I would say a solid 7. Sis said I have to be attracted to them at some level. I agree. But I feel like the attraction is not always physical. I have an incredible physical connection with Papa, but my mental connection with him is what got me. Because when he showed up at my door, he was pale as hell. He looked like he'd been stressed out for 20 years of his life. He looked like he hadn't busted a nut in 30 years. He looked like all he'd been doing is sipping wine in his cellar in the dark. Like, homeboy looked stressed out, okay? And within a month of me dealing with this man, he had a glow, honey. Y'all seen his Dominican Republic pictures. He had a glow, baby. His body was right. Matter of fact, right now, he's at home pulling the treadmill and stuff up from the basement because we're going on vacation and he wants to look good, you know, for his woman. So he's like, look, I'm about to get back on this gym. I gotta get the stomach right. So attraction doesn't necessarily have to be a physical thing. Not everybody who I've dated has looked at me and said, oh my God, you're strikingly beautiful. I want to be with you because you're gorgeous. No, most of them were attracted to my energy, my personality, my aura, and these curls. Hello. No, but seriously, ladies, it's making sure that you are with someone because of what they can do for you. I'll be damned if I be with a fine ass somebody who can't offer me shit. You know what I mean? Like, no. Sis said, I'm over searching for looks. I'm a strong 7. It's a 7 for me too. Sis said, I'll take a 5, please. I'll take a 5-piece. Mental stimulation is huge. Yes, girl. Mental attraction is more important to me. Yes, I agree. When you reach that age when it's not about the looks, it's about the quality within. Snaps for that. Snaps for that. Watching you all the way from Zambia. Love you. I don't even know where Zambia is, but thank you. It sounds like it's from the motherland, somewhere in the motherland. Thank you, sis. I love when my African students be popping in. Mapenzi Denson. Yep, that's African. So, father my children, none, because I'm over having kids. I'm not having any more kids. I wouldn't have any more kids for any amount of money. I don't care if Papa offered me millions. I would not have another baby. I would look at that child and despise it because I don't want any more kids at all. I got my son, I got my daughter. I wouldn't let anybody father any more children of mine. But would I marry somebody who wasn't overly attractive? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because for me, it's not about what you look like. It's about what you can do for me, honey. It's not about how much you love me. It's about what you can do for me, honey. It's not about, what you have given me. It's about what you can do for me, baby. Baby girl. It's the coffee for me. Let's get into the next one. My sugar daddy gave me $1,000 in 1 year. I'm a college student and I feel like that's next to nothing. I might as well have gotten a part-time job. How do I ask for more? Well, sis, honestly, I have to say, if you've gotten $1,000 in 1 year, you might as well have gotten a part-time job because that's not enough money to actually deal with somebody that you don't like. Now, if it's somebody that you do like, then it's a little bit of a different situation because now you're just like reaping benefits, you know? You're a college student, so I'm sure those couple $100 helps with like books and things like that. And I know he's helping. She said, he helps with that stuff. But in cash, cold hard cash has only been $1,000. So it's either you find yourself another special someone, sugar daddy, whatever you want to call it, or you have to start tying him to something other than school. Tie him to something of value. Tie him to something that you are trying to do, your next endeavor. Whether it be a new car, whether it be starting a business, whether it be making investments while you're in school, right? Tie him to something like that because the college girl gets old after a while. You know what I mean? The whole school thing, it gets old. It gets just as old as the single mom syndrome. Like the single mom that's got kids and bills, that shit gets old too. So just make sure that when you are dealing with someone, first of all, that you set out the gate your expectations so you never lose. You never want to be in a position where you've only gotten this amount and you feel like your value is higher. But if you're only asking for money, then you're probably just as uncomfortable asking for it as he is tapping into his wallet for it. Just saying. Now, if you've been intimate with this man and he's only giving you $1,000, let's throw the whole year away. If I go out for aperitif, them damn drinks before you go out. You know what I'm saying? Pre-cocktails. Y'all know I got an 11th grade education. Don't fucking play with me with words like this, okay? Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Because I'm not going to be embarrassed. I'm going to embarrass you. Ladies, write that down. If he ever embarrasses you, embarrass his ass right on back. If he ever makes you feel uncomfortable with some shit that he says that makes you cringe, make him cringe. Make it weird, honey. When he starts pressing you to do something strange to you, mention something strange that you're going to do to him. Make him feel just as awkward as he made you. That's the goal. That's the goal. So if I go out, do I have small nibbles? No chips, please. Ladies, you kill me when you ask questions like this in a group setting because all you're asking for is a bunch of different women's opinions. There's no actual factual thing. Like when I go out with a really rich man, what should I order to drink? Bitch, what do you like? What do you want to drink? Would you rather force yourself to sip on something you do not like because some chick on some group said so? And because she has a sugar daddy, you feel like, oh, well, everything she says is gold. So I'm going to just run with that. I'm going to get me a dirty martini. Now you sitting there fucked up off that dirty martini because you only drink wine. And instead of you getting wine, you got a dirty martini. So now your little dirty ass is sitting there all dusted up from that drink, and you not even on your P's and Q's. All because this chick told you to go drink this. Do you know what I'm saying? That is stupid. Just like she told you what to wear. You want to sit there uncomfortable as hell with 3 girdles on, a waist trainer, and a wrap, just so that you can fit into that little black dress because you only had one and you didn't have money to go buy another one. And she told you have to go wear a black dress. Now you sitting there the whole time like this, just looking uncomfortable. You look uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable. You can't even eat. He got you the most expensive steak. You can't even eat it because you can't breathe. Right? Everything's so tight, the fat is going to your neck. You know what I'm saying? Your upper back is hanging over your waist trainer because it's so tight at the table. You know what I'm saying? But you want to listen to these women that are just spewing random advice. Wear what you want to wear. You know what you wear? You wear what's suitable for that place. You go to Google, you look up the place, you check out the photos, you peep the vibe, you figure out what people are wearing to go there, and you dress like them. Do you understand? So that you're not showing up in jeans and a t-shirt to a black tie place. But you don't have to wear what she said to wear. That's stupid. Wear what makes you comfortable. Be the essence of you. Make yourself the shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be asking somebody else what you should wear. Now, if you want an opinion of like, do you like this or this? Which one you think I should wear? That's different. But to say like, sis, please tell me what to wear. Please tell me what to drink. Please tell me what shoes I have to have on. Please tell me what stockings are the ones that are going to get me into the best situationship. Like, girl. Come on, man. There's not that much guru on the planet. Even me. Do you know what I'm saying? She said, take that steak to go. She said, I'm full, I think, so I'm going to just get this to go. No, but seriously, it's so ridiculous that we feel like we need to validate our value through another woman. That woman ain't paying your bills. That woman ain't picking you up. That woman ain't the one that wants to see you on Saturday. So why are you looking for her advice to tell you what to wear? She's not taking care of you. She's not your date. She's not paying your bills. Why do you give a shit what she thinks you should wear? That's silly. Ask him. Keep it funky. Ask him. You don't know what to wear? Ask him. Be like, you know what? I'm really looking forward to Saturday. I'm super excited about going to Prime. I've never been there before. I'm trying to decide between like, you know, a skirt and these shoes, or if I should go a little bit more casual with these slacks and this thing. Send him a picture. He'll be like, ha, ha, ha. He'll be happy as hell that you send him a picture. He'll be happy as hell that you look for his opinion and you want validation from him. Want validation. Since you want it so damn bad, you might as well get it from the person that actually matters. Him. Because if she tells you to go wear a pantsuit and he hates pants on a woman on the first date, you just fucked up. And guess what? She's not reimbursing you for the money you were supposed to make that night. She's not going to pay your electric bill. So why are you asking her what you should wear? That doesn't make any sense. Now, if you're using her as a girlfriend, let me be clear. If you're using her as a girlfriend to just get an opinion and say, like, hey, sis, which one you think I should wear? That's one thing. But if you're going to her like, please tell me what to wear. Please tell me what to do. Please tell me how to wear my makeup. Please tell me what lashes to buy. Please tell me what shoes I need to have on. Please tell me what length of skirt I need to wear to be attractive to high-value men. She's not a high-value man. How the hell is she supposed to tell you? She's not a high-value man. How is she supposed to tell you what a high-value man wants and is looking for? It just doesn't make any sense. Ask him. You're barking up the wrong tree. So if you go out for small nibbles, order what you want. Order what makes you happy. I would say if you don't like chips, ask for bread at the table. Oftentimes they give you like little pretzel twists and stuff like that. If you go to a fancy place, they'll give you like little, you know, finger stuff. But if they don't, just simply ask for bread. Bread will soak up your alcohol, so you don't have to worry about drinking too much. So that way, if you're there for like longer than an hour or just one drink and you go to have a second one, you're okay with whatever you drink because you're familiar with it, right? It didn't hit you like a ton of bricks because you don't drink martinis, and now you've drank a martini, and now he's asking, do you want a second drink? And he ordered a second drink, so what are you going to do? Sit there and watch him drink his? No, you have to order a second drink. Now you order a second drink, and you're like, bleh. I feel like I'm gonna barf. I'm hungry as hell because we still didn't eat yet, and we're not gonna eat for another hour. And I feel a little light. I can't stay on my toes. I feel a little light. Why? Why go through all that? For what? When you could just order what makes you comfortable, what makes you feel good, what makes you happy, something you're familiar with so that you don't get all trashed, and order some bread on the side so that you have something to soak it up if you feel like you're getting a little too far off the deep end. Price range of a typical arrangement. I hate this question because only you know your value. And again, stop looking for other women to validate you. Somebody write this down. Stop searching for other women to validate you. They're not going to pay your bills. Stop searching for other women to validate you. Stop searching for other women to tell you what your value is. How dare you ask a woman how much your man is supposed to give you to hang out with you? What? Your value is not the same as her value. Her value is not the same as your value. So you're either going to walk around here undervalued, or you're going to walk around here looking dumb because you're trying to charge $3,000 because some hoe out in Hollywood told you that it should be $3,000 per whatever. Create your value, sis. And don't put a number on it. Don't put a price on it. Don't put a price on it. Leave it uncapped, because when you leave it uncapped, you can always ask for whatever you want. You can always ask for more. But if you put a cap on it by saying, give me X amount each week, that's all you're getting. When your car breaks down, bitch, you better go tap into that allowance. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. So you got to be careful before you just jump off the deep end with a number. Understand that you are now that number. You are now worth that. And it's very hard to build value from there. It's far easier to set the tone with goals and aspirations than it is to set the tone with a dollar amount of money. Period. Period. It's going to be substantially harder for you to grow your value with someone when you are talking about $300 a week or $400 a week. It's just it. She said, I'm meeting him 3 to 4 times a month. How much should I ask for? You shouldn't. Tie him to a goal. Tie him to a goal, or you're only going to date him for about 2 to 3 months. Because think about it like this. If a man is wealthy, right? And he goes onto a car lot and he sees this car that he really, really likes, right? Let's call it a Ferrari. Right? He sees this Ferrari. He's like, damn, this is a nice ass Ferrari. I want that Ferrari. He gets the Ferrari. He drives off with the Ferrari. 6 months later, he's driving the Ferrari, and they just dropped the new 2021 Ferrari. And it has all new features, and the seat massages your ass, and it got specialized bucket seating and this brand new color interior that you just cannot resist. And guess what? This man got money. So it's nothing for him to take his old Ferrari back to the spot, say, hey, buy this one. I'm going to go ahead and buy that one. What he's doing is he's taking that lease to own, right? Or the one he just paid for, and he's dropping it off and he's upgrading into the new one. You are the Ferrari, sis. You lose your value the minute you drive off the lot. Okay? The minute you drive off the lot. If you think about it like this, you ever got a new car, had a car payment? You know, you drive that new car, you love that new car when you first get it. You like, dee, hey. Hey, bitch, you want to ride? $10 for gas. You know the price went up. This is new. You pressing all that buttons and rolling windows down for no damn reason. You know what I'm saying? You putting your hand out the sunroof to wave hey because you ain't never had a sunroof before. I know. Trust me, I know. Now you got that car for 6 months, and that car payment is $800 goddamn dollars. Now, the first couple times you pay the $800, it's nothing. You like, it's nothing. 3 to 4 months in, you like, damn, this car payment always come around every time they want to take everything on the same day. Goddamn Apple Pay, goddamn iTunes coming out, my electric bill come out, my rent, all at the same time. Now they want this car payment money. Goddamn. Now that same car that you loved so much and you were showing off and you were all of that, now you're like, yo, I hate this car. I hate this fucking car. It ain't even that cool. Mm-hmm. It ain't even that cool. I could be driving something for half this price. It'll still get me from point A to point B. That is exactly what these rich, wealthy men do when you give them a price to drive you off the lot. Okay? If you drive off the lot and you are not paid for, if you are a monthly payment, I promise you, you're going to be traded in before you're paid off. Promise. Now, you might last a little bit longer if you're owned, right? If you're paid for, if you're the paid for Ferrari, because now, like, I own this Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like, it's mine. So, like, I'm going to drive it for a while. I paid a lot of money for it. I'm going to keep it real nice for a while, right? And then maybe a year or so later or 2 years later, right? This is the sugar daddy talking, right? Not the relationships we build, because those are long-term. We get rings and things over here. But simple sugar daddy, you know, he's like, okay, I'm around for a year or so. Time to trade it in. Trying to get something new. You know, drop me money on a new one. Now I got two. Okay? But if you go ahead and give him that monthly rental price, sis, and you pull off the lot with $400, I assure you that you will be traded in for somebody who does it cheaper, faster, longer, for less money, honey. He's going to find that new car. He's going to be like, well, damn, I'm paying $800 a month for this. I might as well just pay an extra $100 a month for that. It's brand new. It ain't been touched yet. Ain't been rolled yet. I like it. It's shiny. I like new things. I can afford new things. Now you're traded in. Now you're traded in. That's how quick it happens. So, price range of a typical arrangement is don't play yourself. That's the price range. Sugaring under 23. How? Very wisely, with a group of women that understand what they're doing. You stepping in that young, you are going to be taken advantage of in one way or another if you don't know the ins and outs entirely. I do not sugar any longer. I am not a sugar coach, but I can teach you how to date different. I can teach you how to add value to every relationship you have, friends included. Okay? So, sugaring under 23, be careful. Have a strong set of goals that you're tied to, because if not, you're going to become the $40 girl from earlier. You're going to become allowance ass Ashley for $200 a week. Just saying. So, last one is, I need help earning money any way I can. This is not for you. Now, If you thought about stepping into the sugar bowl, or you thought about dating different, or you thought about dating up, or you thought about whatever you want to call it. If you thought about dating hypergamously, is that a word? Do not do it because you need money. Men can feel that. They know that. They smell it. They sense it. They will take advantage of you because they know that you are vulnerable for money. Do not ever step in the bowl for money. It is the worst thing you can do. It by far is going to make you make decisions that you wouldn't normally make if you had money and you weren't in that situation. So please, please, please never step into the bowl when you're broke or because you're broke. Never do that. Never step into the bowl because you're broke. Because I assure you that it's not going to work out for you the way that you think it's going to work out for you. These men will smell your desperation and they will use it against you. So you got to have your shit together. Maybe you don't have all your ducks in a row. Maybe you're still broke. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, but you got your shit together. You have your goals together. Let me be clear. It all starts with goals, ladies. This is 90% of this is mindset and manifestation. Goal setting. 90% of it, you just don't know it. Because you're listening to all these gurus tell you what skirt to wear. Right? So don't focus on stepping in because you want money. Focus on stepping in because you want consistency, you want clarity, you want quality communication, you want a good partner in your life. Whether it's your boyfriend, whether it's your sugar daddy, whether it's your papa, I don't care what you call him. You want a special someone in your life consistently, not 6 different people you have to juggle or a rotation of people that you have to juggle just to meet your bills. You know what I mean? So, on that note, ladies, I appreciate you all for tuning in to another episode of It's the Coffee for Me. And we will be back next week every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So don't miss this. Set your notifications. We are going to tap over into the Facebook group. We will answer all your questions live for you. So please don't hesitate to drop them there. You can also DM me, inbox me. We'll make sure that we get your questions answered, ladies. I'm just here to help you in any way, shape, or form. If you're ready for the next level of mentorship, let me know. You can slide over to my DM and I'll give you all the information you need to get yourself started. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I thank you, ladies, for tuning in. I love you, ladies, for tuning in. And remember, this is hard work, y'all. It is not just a luxury. It's a lifestyle.